Imagine a courtroom, not of earth but of heaven itself. The very air trembles with light, thrones stretch beyond sight, and at the center sits the Creator, eyes burning with a fire that is both love and justice. Before him kneels an angel, once radiant, now dimmed. His wings, once a tapestry of shimmering light, are frayed, dusted by rebellion. Every angel who has ever stood in this place before has been cast out forever, sealed away without hope of return. But this one is different. This one kneels not with defiance, not with rage, but with sorrow. And the question that echoes across heaven and earth is this: why him? And more importantly, what does his story mean for you? Because if there was mercy for an angel, maybe there is still hope for you too. This is a story that begins before the world was born, before Eden's rivers flowed, before a single human heartbeat pulsed in the air. It plunges into the darkness of rebellion and rises into one of the most unexpected acts of grace heaven has ever witnessed. Welcome to Bible Mysteries, where we explore the parts of the Bible most people have never heard, but that can change everything you thought you knew about God. Long before humanity, there was the Council of the Watchers. They were not like Gabriel, the messenger whose words carried the weight of eternity. The Watchers had a quieter role. Among them was Sariel. He was not the largest, not the most striking, not the kind of angel who commanded attention by sheer presence. Instead, he drew others in with a quiet depth, as though his eyes could see farther than the horizon itself. Sariel had been given two sacred tasks. First, he was to oversee the movement of the moon, marking the rhythm of time itself so that seasons would turn. Second, he was to watch over the spirits of humanity. It was a duty that demanded patience and restraint. He could watch but not interfere. He could guide, but only from a distance. To cross that line was forbidden. He watched Adam and Eve walk hand in hand beneath trees bursting with fruit. He saw the seasons shift, the warmth of summer, the cool breath of autumn, the hush of winter snow. But there was something else that grew within him: compassion. He saw the mother holding her sick child, whispering prayers into the night. Not all angels felt the same. Some regarded humans with indifference, their hearts untouched by mortal struggle. And soon whispers began among the watchers. Why keep our knowledge hidden? Why stand at such distance? If we could walk among them, could we not protect them, guide them, teach them the things that would save their lives? Why should wisdom be locked away? Sariel tried to ignore these whispers. In the right time, it warms, gives life. But too soon, it burns everything to ash. One night, Sariel watched a settlement below. A child lay dying in her mother's arms. The fever was consuming her. Sariel knew the cure. The earth itself grew a plant whose leaves, crushed and steeped, could heal. Why would God allow a child to suffer if the answer was already within reach? That question became the seed of rebellion. Not long after, the Watchers gathered in secret on Mount Hermon. "Brothers," he declared, his voice like thunder rolling over the mountain, "you have seen their pain. You have watched them struggle. We have the power to end it." But Shemihaza pressed on. "If we all do it, none can turn back. If one falls, we all fall. Let us swear an oath together." Sariel's heart pounded. He thought of the sick child. He thought of the prayers unanswered. The people below saw their descent and ran to the mountaintop, awestruck. The humans did not run in fear. They reached out in wonder. He taught them to track the moon, to know when to plant and harvest. At first, it seemed beautiful, but not everything given was good. Other watchers revealed weapons, sorcery, forbidden secrets, and innocence began to fade. Sariel watched two men fight with blades forged by knowledge never meant for them. Blood stained the ground. Pride filled the killer's eyes, and guilt pierced Sariel's heart. He had wanted to help, but had he only opened the door to destruction? Then came the voice. It was not sound, but soul. "Sariel?" He knew it instantly. The Creator. "What have you done?" The question crushed him. The summons came like thunder, tearing the sky. The heavens cracked open above Mount Hermon. The Watchers trembled. Angels of flame and wind descended, unfallen and unshaken. Some of the Watchers fought, others cursed. Sariel lowered his head. The faces of those he had helped the healed child, the grateful farmers, flashed before him, but so did the bloodshed. Had he given life, or had he unleashed death? They were dragged to the throne room of heaven. Imagine a hall so vast stars themselves glimmered like torches along its edges. A floor of crystal glass reflecting infinite light, and at the center, the throne of God. The Watchers knelt. Some defiant, others trembling. Sariel closed his eyes. "You were trusted to watch over my children, and yet you descended." Judgment was swift. Every Watcher who descended would be bound in chains beneath the earth until the final day. No appeal, no second chance, no redemption. Angels of fire stepped forward, binding them in chains of light. The bonds did not just hold their bodies, they severed them from the presence of God. Sariel felt it instantly. The song of heaven, always in his soul, was gone, and in that silence he understood what hell truly was. But here, Sariel's story turned. Where others cursed, he wept, not for glory, but for forgiveness. He prayed for the humans, that they would cling to what was good and cast aside what was evil. He prayed even for the other Watchers who mocked him, that one day they too would see the truth, even if no one ever remembered his name. Not the blinding fire of judgment, but a warm glow. Why him? they hissed. But Sariel only whispered, "Thank you," and he was lifted from the pit. He stood humbled, stripped bare. "Do you know why you are here?" the Creator asked. "No, Lord," Sariel whispered, "only that you have called. I have seen your heart. You grieved not for your place, but for your sin. You sought not glory, but mercy. Rise, Sariel, your chains are broken. I am sending you again." Trembling, Sariel asked, "Am I worthy?" "No," God answered plainly, "but my mercy makes you so." From that day, Sariel's role changed. He no longer revealed forbidden mysteries. Instead, he walked among humanity quietly. He did not blaze across the sky. He came as a friend unseen, a whisper of courage, a prayer answered in silence. And when temptation came, mother fallen angels sneering, "You are still one of us," Sariel answered calmly, "Yes, I fell." Mercy, he realized, was a strength the fallen would never understand. Through ages, he walked unseen. In deserts, beside nomads, in cities, among merchants, in forests, with the lonely, always moving, always serving. Until one day, God gave him a final mission. Sariel went in the form of a quiet traveler. He served the villagers, helped them rebuild, carried water, left firewood at doors. For the girl, he became a friend. He told her stories of kindness and courage. Slowly, her faith grew, and through her, the village began to change. One night, a fire swept through the village. The girl was trapped. Carrying her out, she looked into his eyes and gasped, "You're an angel." He smiled softly. "No, just someone God forgave." Then he vanished. Sariel returned to heaven, but this time, there was no fear. "Well done," the Creator said. "You were faithful in small things." Sariel's story is not just about an angel. It is about us. God's mercy can reach even the furthest fall. And if there was hope for an angel, then surely there is hope for you. So remember this: when shame whispers you are too far gone, when guilt tells you there is no way back, recall the story of Sariel, because mercy is stronger than failure, forgiveness deeper than rebellion, and grace greater than any fall. Thank you for joining me in this journey through heaven's most extraordinary redemption. Share it with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late. Until next time, stay curious, stay hopeful, and keep your eyes fixed on eternity.